Hey, we have returned.
We have reappeared. Oh, except the wrong screen, so we are missing Fetid again.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
Hooray, OBS! Thanks.
Sorry,
for that.
Fetid.
I'm gonna show off my birthday present while I'm at it.
There we go.
My employee of the month.
Nice.
Zader Krupp Industries. I work for an evil dragon.
I mean, doesn't everyone these days?
There we go.
That's
More or
basically
less.
what billionaires are.
I work for an evil dragon named Elon Musk. That's actually a great name for a dragon villain. Man.
Not anymore.
Or Leon Musk. There we go, as he has been dubbed. Okay. Yes. So when Copernicus goes unconscious, I don't think the spell breaks instantly. I'm just going to quickly look it up.
So words I like to hear returning to the stream.
Yeah.
When Copernicus goes unconscious.
Concentration.
And this time through no fault of his own, which is unusual.
Well, and not one of us didn't have to hit him in the head to stop him from demoning.
Yeah. Oh no, it just appears right back where it was. Okay. Well.
Great.
Cool.
I'm just debating with myself because I needed to write Copernicus out, but also it would be very useful if if the combat was over. So I think what I'm going to say is I'm going to let Tromlin, I think, has a healing spell that is a reaction. I'm just going to double check that. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Cleric spells. Yes. So, this isn't like a rules raw. This is something I was reading in a sort of optional rules forum. But basically, the idea is that you can take a spell that would be readied with a bonus action, or you can take a spell that can be cast with a bonus action and potentially ready it to use it as a reaction. So I'm going to say Tromlin, when he didn't use his whole attack last turn or his whole action, readied a healing word as a bonus action or as a reaction to use as a reaction. And when the dwarf throws an axe at Copernicus that would drop him, instead, Tromlin uses his reaction to cast healing word. Does that work for you, Randy? I'm actually not entirely sure if Randy's back.
I haven't heard him yet.
I think Randy is not yet back. Either that or he's muted.
Like a thing Tromlin would do.
Yeah.
I'm going to let it ride.
Doesn't seem out of character.
That's so Tromlin.
My favorite Nickelodeon show.
That's so Tromlin. This week on...
It's definitely Nickelodeon After Dark, though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's only a D4 plus 4, but that's more than enough to prevent Copernicus from going down. 6 hit points. So he only took 7. So that keeps him on his feet with 5 hit points, but looking much worse for wear as the poison starts to take an effect.
Bernie has advantage for my silvery barbs earlier. So whenever his first saving.
The only thing is that there was no roll involved, right? Because it was an attack roll.
Does that mean the demon remains banished for the time being?
Yes.
Nice. Phew.
And back to the top of the marching order, and it's Morgan. Morgan, there are how many are left? There are still 7 Duergar, 3 of whom have charged after Copernicus and thrown axes at him and are continuing to charge towards him. It might be a good idea to do something about that. And
Would an entangle help in that?
injured. What's that?
Entangle?
You could throw an entangle in front of them, and then they would potentially be unable to reach him.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So entangle.
My other
costs
thing,
once for free.
the other thing I was thinking is making Twoogna big, but if we don't have that demon back, then
Yeah.
I think
Also,
that should be safe.
really injured and making her big does not.
I'm just big and injured.
Okay, so there's saving throws now from the Duergar to try and break free. Is how this works. And let me just quickly pull up entangle so I know. If there's anything further going on. 20-foot area, you can place it within 90 feet of you, so you can definitely put it where they are. And it's a strength saving throw to avoid being restrained.
My spell save is 17.
Okay. So they have decent. Do fighters get strength as a saving throw proficiency?
Yep.
I think they might.
I mean, at least
So
I
these
do.
guys are actually going to have they're going to have +6s to save, so that's not great.
Yeah.
So 11 or up is a saving throw. So I'll roll for each of the 3 of them. Well, that's a 2 on that guy, and a 1 on that guy, and a 14 on the other. So one of them makes a
Nice.
saving throw. So of the 3, 2 of them become entangled as vines grow to the ground and grab them. The third, however, is still charging towards Copernicus. And next is Tromlin's turn. Randy, are you back yet? Hearing no, I'm going to say that he's preoccupied, and we'll move to Hollis instead. Hollis,
I
you
still have
three
3 of them in front of me.
3 of them hammering on your armor with axes.
What's their armor class again?
It is 15, 16, 17, 18. Sorry.
Okay. 2 smacks with the mace, total of 17 points of damage. Just picking one that looks soft.
You take him out. And sorry, you don't have 3 because you took one out last time. So you're down to 1 now.
This is not the one that I told should run away. The one that I just killed? He's not the one that I told to run away.
Okay.
So now I'm looking back at the one that I told to run away. You get one more chance, son. With an intimidation check of somewhere between crap and shit.
Okay.
It's like a 9.
I mean, you intimidated pretty good last time. So next up is Fetid.
All right.
So you see that the 3 that are charging at Copernicus, who looks like he's almost dead.
Mhm.
I mean, more so than usual.
All
Good
right.
to clarify.
Let's see.
One of the 3
Uh,
has broken free of the entanglement and is still moving towards Copernicus.
Remind me, is the warlock that I targeted last round dead
He
now?
vanished.
He
disappeared.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Forget. Is Fairy Fire like an area thing? Could I fire
Yes.
that in his general direction? Yeah, I think I would like to try and do that and see if I can catch him out.
It's going to depend on what he did after he cast the spell.
Yeah, I figured.
Because it affects only a 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
So you know where he was.
Uh-huh.
He was next to Twoogna. So your options are to put it there, or to sort of guess based on the terrain where you think he might have run to, and try to put it where you might catch him.
That is what I would like to try to do, because I'm guessing he would not just go invisible and then hang out next to the big
Yeah.
lady with the giant axe.
Seems bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna suggest, let's see, what's an appropriate role for you to figure this out? Based on the terrain. It's not really survival. Make me an investigation check.
Yeah, I was gonna say perception or investigation. Not
Yeah, make an
coincidentally things
investigation
that
as
I'm
you're sort of
decent
you're
at.
trying to figure out from the
Yeah.
land. You're like, well, that way is like really rugged. He wouldn't be able to run
Yeah.
up those rocks easily without making a ton of noise. And if he's trying to be visible and not seen, he wouldn't do that. So
Well,
that'll
that is
go
a
here.
14 then.
Total with your plus your bonus.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so you make a guess that he probably, you know, that the trail you guys were following, that the goblins went down, he
hmm
probably would run, if he knows about those goblins, he would be running towards his friends. So you're gonna guess he went down that way. And you cast the spell, and I'll throw a bit of a randomizer on there, see if you caught him. You don't see anything.
Ah,
He
well.
does not
All
light
right.
up. It's worth a shot.
Let's see. That's
So that
my
takes an
action for the
action.
turn.
Yeah, but you
All
do
right.
have reactions, so you can do something else. You can tell Ozzy to do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Ozzy try to. Can he breathe? No, he has to recharge the fire thing,
Oh,
doesn't he?
actually, sorry. Roll a d6. He might not have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
recharge the fire.
Okay.
I forgot. We forgot to do that.
That is a 6.
That means he on a 5 or 6, he does not run out and can do it again. So he
Sweet.
can,
All
in
right.
fact, do
Very
it again.
nice.
It is time to try to fire breath those dwarves.
Well, you could go and try and fire. If you move forward towards Copernicus,
hmm
he could blow a fire breath into the entanglement region and
Yeah,
catch all 3 of those dwarves.
that is what I was hoping to do. Yes.
All right. In that case, roll
What,
me the
66?
66 fire damage, and I will roll their saving throws.
11. 18.
Oh, these are deck saves. I'm going to roll them with disadvantage because of the entanglement.
That is 22 damage.
Well, that one's dead. And disadvantage means the nat 20 doesn't count, so that one's
Ah.
dead. And the one that does not have disadvantage still failed.
Nice.
You go, thanks, Morgan, who just had like weird vines erupt from the ground and hold them all down, and Ollie just cooks them.
Good boy.
They are now just 3 merrily burning Duragar fires in a singed sea of vines.
Yeah.
Excellent.
1, 2,
Combo kill.
Okay, so Hollis, the one that you're trying to intimidate, is the sole survivor. Twoogna, it's your turn. You're no longer blinded.
That's good. Are there any targets nearby me?
Not super near, but within like 30 feet. There's one, like about 30 feet from you. There's one cowering Duragar facing Hollis, who just smashed 2 of his friends to death with the mace.
Right. Okay. I could do this the easy way, or I could do this the hard way. I could throw an intimidate at him. But he just hit Perny, right?
He's not the one who hit Perny, but like a bunch of his friends did. The 3 of his friends who hit Perny have been cooked by the Hellhound.
Right. Hollis has offered him his life. I'm gonna randomize here. Nope. I am grabbing that hammer and playing Duragar Golf.
Nice.
Yep. So Twoogna storms up and just like silently ends this dwarf.
Yeah.
There
is no sound. She doesn't even yell while she's doing it. She just grabs her hammer, comes up, and just hits this guy's head like it was a softball tee.
Wow.
Pretty rude.
And there is a splatter across her armor, and you can see why she is terrifying in the ring.
Tromlin, Randy, are you back with us? Nope, still gone. I hope that Randy joins us. I hope he's not got his sound screwed up, because he may have come back and it's just like wondering where we all are. And why
I'm
we're
sure
not
he
making
would
any
hear
noise.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
I think
so.
we may be cursed to only have 4 players at any time today.
Yep. Well, no, we had more people before. We were only
That's
missing
true.
you.
Yeah.
It's just that Peter has to.
Freddie
had to have
Mercury's
sign up.
in the Gatorade again.
Yep.
Yep.
But Morgan, you certainly have noticed that Twoogna is acting really strange, and now she still has. So she just like cold-bloodedly killed that guy while she's still wearing the Bone Crusher mask. But
It's weird.
you've
That's a little
also
intense.
noticed that Copernicus, who's like got a look of intense concentration on his face as he kind of crumples to the ground, looking green in the gills, as he tries to
God.
keep the concentration going to banish this. And he says, he grits his teeth and says something along the lines of like, "God must keep banishment."
I'm going. There's no one left. Up.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no foes
so-
other than the invisible warlock who has clearly fucked off.
Okay,
Clearly
I
abandoned
will.
his underlings and fled.
I'll be using prestidigitation to help cool off some of Perny's blood, and give him the help action, because I don't think I can do a medical action very well. Let's see, medicine would be +3. I guess I could make a roll to see if I can medicine, or if it's like, I don't know. I gotta have some drug knowledge for this type of shit,
Make me a medicine roll.
That is 15 plus. I
3.
just said it, 3. Yeah, so 18.
So you realize that one of those Duragar's axes was poisoned with something, and that it is affecting Copernicus. And you immediately sort of go, "Tromlin, get over here. We need to do something about Grandpa." And you try to sort of keep him. You know how concentrating on spells works, so you try to kind of keep him present and keep him from like losing his concentration, because he needs to keep it going for a minute.
So I'm gonna go. And my action will just be like assisting him in doing that, or doing prestidigitation to like help cool him off from the heat of battle. And then I will also have be ready to use my luck, Ben luck. Oh wait, no, that's I can't. I don't have anything.
So hey, you can I will give him advantage on the concentration checks if he was actually here to make them, based on your aid, but it's all good. He won't have to make those. So the rest of you, Fetid, you still have the trail of your quarry. You can still see down in the valley the signs of their passing. They seem to have continued hurrying along, but they didn't stop or anything based on the patrol. That invisible dwarf is gonna cause problems. You could try to track him too, because being invisible doesn't mean he doesn't leave a trail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I use Ollie for that?
Yep.
All right, cool. That is what I would like to do.
So what do you want to do with it? Like, are you gonna tell the rest of the team? Are you gonna head off alone, or are you gonna sort of try and get
No, I
everyone
want
moving?
to keep everybody informed, let them know that we should probably finish off that dwarf before he alerts his buddies as to what just happened, in case they, didn't hear all the explosions and screaming that just happened.
Twoogna
There was
shakes a
definitely
little
some
bit of the blood off of
thunderclap.
the head of her hammer and says, "Point him out to me. I'll finish him."
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's safe to say at this point that even though Morgan was the one who made the insight check, everyone's noticing that Twoogna is very much acting not like Twoogna.
Mhm.
Very intense.
Morgan is just assuming that this is work mode, Ugna, because
Yes, absolutely.
realistically, we have like
No,
obviously dwarf heritage and then enemies of dwarves.
True, but you
yeah.
made your insight check last time
Mhm.
to realize that something weird is happening with Ugna.
Can I do Arcana?
Ooh.
I mean, they're not likely to get more. I guess, yeah, go ahead, make an Arcana check.
Everyone else is probably assuming this is just Ugna in like
I
go mode.
fucking critted.
Oh, thank you, Emma.
Hell yeah.
I critted.
Hell
We
yeah.
got another 100 bits.
Woo!
Good time for a
critical?
crit.
Okay,
Good
with a
time.
nat 20 on your Arcana check, you remember
Who you
that
are.
Ugna has been suffering
You are.
various fairy curses for some time. And although the party had discovered a couple of them and removed those curses, Ugna ate a lot of fairy food. And there may be more curses that are yet undiscovered.
Curses all the way down.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And that's like this, whatever's happening here is really subtle magic. So if it is a curse, it's like really hard to detect, which is why I'm only giving this to you because you rolled a nat 20.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
You think
I don't know
Ugna
what if
might
Randy
still
has.
be affected by her interaction with the Fae.
Okay.
No, I'm good. This is just normal Ugna. This is work mode. I'm fine.
Mhm.
Everything's great. How are you?
Well, the risk here is that this might be
Oh.
something that Ugna has agreed to with the Fae, which would make it much more difficult to remove.
Okay. All right. We
But
got some
as
work
you're
to do.
realizing this
Yeah.
with your Arcana, Fetid on the back of Ozymandias is like sniffing out the trail of this dwarf, which goes off into a hidden gully between two stalagmites. And Ugna is like all business, striding off as well, probably grabbing Copernicus in one arm and heaving him over back up on your shoulder.
Yeah, I've got him in
saying,
the
"Come on."
Bjorn. It's
Yeah.
Grandpa
Yeah,
Bjorn
yeah.
now.
And Tromlin is like, scurrying along, trying to tend to whatever this poison is that's affecting his grandpa.
Yeah.
Randy, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear
No,
like
I thought
TV or something on somebody's
Yeah.
end.
No, it's
Sorry, that's
it's the
mine.
background
Oh,
on
gotcha.
yeah, it's just happening in the
I
background.
thought he might have
right?
like had his sound on and was just couldn't be there for
No.
for a moment.
No, he is in absentia at the moment. Yeah, and I don't see any message from him, so I'm not sure what's going on. But we'll just say he's tending to his poisoned grandpa and trying to keep him from losing concentration as he treats him. And so the rest of you,
Morgan's gonna be
striding
on
off,
Ugna's shoulder.
chasing down this remaining dwarf.
Yeah, you'll have to
So you
catch her.
can
So
all go
she
pretty
strides
fast.
off the moment Fetid starts moving. She's like forgotten about the rest of you. She is
Yeah,
focused
I'm gonna-
on the hunt.
Yeah, I'm dashing because, and I'm going to roll a persuasion against Ugna as well.
Ooh.
What are you trying to do?
Ugna, my ankle, you gotta carry me.
Cool.
That's another
there you
fucking critical.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's another
oh,
critical.
Nice.
Damn.
Awesome. So there is a moment when you like
Oh, there's Tromlin.
leap up beside Ugna and
It's gonna
she
be
looks
like
at you
a
and there's
leap.
like yeah, there's
It's gonna
a
be a
leap.
leap, and
then you, like,
like
tug at her
a
arm?
freeze frame on her ankle twitching dramatically, like the lighting changes, and it's like highlight like in a soap opera. And she go, "Oh,
Ooh,
And put your wrist to your forehead, and like there's a pause where you suddenly go slow-mo and your eyes turn into like big shiny anime eyes.
Yeah. There is a moment
Fully,
though
fully.
when you
Rose
pull
petals fall.
your full charm, like the utmost charm possible, and it will work. But there's a moment when you first come up beside her and put your hand on Ugna's arm, where she looks over at you, like she just whips her head down towards you, and there's nothing but hate in those eyes. I rolled intimidation of 25. And
So you're gonna
then
feel really bad,
yes,
little sheepy round eyes, Morgan going,
Mhm.
could you please help me?
My ankle
and
hurt.
So
and you Ugna has never looked at you in anger like this before, and it's terrifying. And then she relents
Also
very
vexing.
quickly. Like she's looming over you, staring down at your eyes, and then she will sort of eyes will soften. She'll kind of like breathe out through her nostrils, and then put an arm out, to grasp your hand and push, like help you up onto her shoulder.
Elena, actually, this is going to trigger a change.
Oh no!
So Ugna turns towards you with this terrifying, intimidating look. You're taken aback. Like that's a 25 intimidation. So you actually like sort of like, oh shit! Like is Ugna
Fuck.
gonna is Ugna there? Is Ugna gonna attack you? And then suddenly the face transforms entirely.
Not
And you're
actually
gonna go to the opposite
transforms.
end.
Yep, I know what you mean. And then they're like the anime sparkles of your eyes suddenly like bloom in Ugna's eyes as that like incredible wave of satyr charisma hits her, and her little heart goes ba-dump ba-dump.
And you like rip off the mask.
Yeah. I rip off the mask and the hair comes out, and like there's that like Pantene commercial moment.
Yep.
And then I will put an arm out
Big
to
pink
you
hair.
and say, "Come up, darling," and like pull you up onto my shoulders.
And
Okay.
I'm going to
Hang on, I want to bring Randy up to speed.
Yeah.
Because Tromlin is going to notice this.
Uh-huh.
Randy,
Mhm.
okay now? We lost you for a bit there.
I'm here.
Okay. So what you missed was that Copernicus got poisoned by the last.
I was there for that.
Yeah. So you're currently so they're running off. The whole party is now chasing after the invisible dwarf that Fetid is tracking. You are trying to tend to your poisoned grandfather, but you saw Ugna like just cold-bloodedly murder the last Derogar while she was doing this. Like basically it's gotten to the point where everybody realizes something weird is going on with Ugna. She's not acting normally. And then you just witnessed Morgan try to do like satyr persuasion. Oh, carry me with Ugna, and Ugna turned the eyes of fire, like just entirely intimidating, and then suddenly switch to like almost a completely different person. And is all like, oh, okay, and bringing up Morgan onto the shoulder.
And when I get picked up, I'm going to sleight of hand that mask.
It's the wrestling mask.
Yeah, the wrestling
that you
mask.
posted.
Yeah,
Yep.
that she pulled off. I'm taking that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
It's
make a sleight
covered
of
in
hand
lead and dwarf.
Yeah, it is kind of covered in gore, but make a sleight of hand check.
That is a 15.
Make me an insight check, Alina.
I'm great at these.
Can I make one as I'm watching it?
I
That
mean,
is a
I'm cute. Do
flat
you care?
10.
Do you care?
Just
Do you
a
care
10.
how I touch your body? I mean, you could just relent.
I'm really happy that you're touching my body
Ugna
right
fails.
now. Yeah.
Ugna fails. Tromlin's also making one.
Okay. Let's see.
Actually, for you, make perception rather than insight for this one.
That's a what, +9?
Your perception is +7.
Okay.
Actually, it's exactly the same as your insight, so it didn't make a difference whatsoever.
Brief aside, did we have 100 bits on the tracker before?
No,
I don't
I
think
just
so.
mentioned it. I just said,
Okay.
hey, thanks, and we got another 100.
Sweet.
Okay, that's
so
a
we're at 130
25.
instead of 100, but I will update that after.
Yeah, 25.
So, Tromlin, you know, so A,
Pretty good.
Tromlin,
25,
Oof.
damn.
you are realizing something is really wrong with Ugna. And you notice Morgan, you realize with that roll also that the expression on Morgan's face, you catch a look of concern as Morgan manages to palm Ugna's mask. And you realize
Okay.
Morgan also realizes something's wrong with Ugna and seems to think that maybe it's the mask doing it.
Yeah, Morgan's sending a message to Perny as well, going, I think something's
Perny
got a
is not
hold,
gonna
but
get
yeah.
it because Perny is trying to complete his concentration on the banishment, and he is
Well, dying.
slowly falling unconscious from the poison.
Yeah.
Tromlin, by this point, you've neutralized the poison. You've done the lesser restoration on him,
Good.
but there's clearly a magical effect that he's still fighting off. And I'm just going to say a minute has passed as you're like charging off after the trail of the dwarf. So by this point, Copernicus just lets himself fall unconscious as the spell ends, because after a minute, there's no further concentration.
I have further RP combat to do with Ugna while we're on this trail.
Okay.
So Morgan's going to slip that mask into her bag of holding, and then is just going to be like fixing Ugna's hair. Let me just. Oh my god, you got it. It's in there, and she'll be like doing a little prestidigitation to like distract you.
What's in my hair?
You got some. I think it's someone else's skull.
Oh, gross. Gross.
You know, like,
can you get it out?
Yeah. Let me grab that. And you know,
Ugh.
You've got a lot of blood and gore on you, and you're all like suddenly noticed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know,
Ew.
I've been thinking, and her hands.
I actually
are
start
just
gaining.
Morgan's like trying to comfort you as she like gets it out with prestidigitation and is throwing chunks away, and then just like is caressing your head and face, and she's like, you know, I've really, I've been thinking about, I know this is probably isn't a great time, but I've been kind of thinking about you and me and like the future.
This is a weird time for that, but
It
go
is,
on.
but I feel like it's really important, and I don't. There's some things that I would like to.
The goo off of her while you're doing.
Oh, absolutely! While
Okay.
we're doing that.
Well, and this Ugna is actually slowed and is lagging behind the group right now.
Yeah.
They're like fully distracted by the gross and whatever.
And you
Morgan
know,
wants
like
to tell her.
I don't like certain ceremonies are really important to me, and before like that, then that's something that's a bit more serious, but it's something to talk about, you know, where you kind of, when you're entering it into a communion with another, and your lives are tied together, there are things that you need to be clear about, say, your family history. And so I wanted to share information about my own. But also, like, if you have any other contracts that I could become liable in, I would kind of need to know about those, like any agreements, just because of my family.
Are you getting at what I think you're? Honestly, I don't even know what you're getting at here. This is a lot of words, but like,
It is.
keep
I'm
talking.
sorry. Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm really liking it.
Yeah, and I'll roll another persuasion.
Hey, can I cast Enhance Ability and raise Ugna's intelligence a little bit so she can understand what's going on?
No, I'm trying to do.
So I want her to help understand what you're saying.
No, it doesn't help the situation. I want her to be as dumb as possible. But that's table talk, so you do you.
You do you.
Go for it.
Right. I will cast
That was
Enhance
a 2,
Ability.
so I'm going to.
It's like not even intelligence.
Use my
It's like
luck?
I need wisdom. I have 0 wisdom. I need insight.
Oh, is that what I need to enhance?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, hold on.
So remember, all that does, Alina, is give you advantage on the rolls.
I'm gonna use magical guidance to re-roll because I rolled a little low.
You're gonna re-roll it.
Yeah. Not that much
guidance.
higher, but I still am then at a
Sorcery.
6 and
I assume you'd like to
6 plus
refresh your
8.
sorcery points now because
Oh yeah, I will.
you've had some time.
Been a minute.
Yeah, so
Take
she'll
1 damage from pricking your finger.
All right.
The
Twoogna
rest of you-
has advantage on wisdom rolls right now.
Nice, thank you. The rest of you can continue on. Ugna's veered off at this point, is like leaning on a cave wall as
Yep.
Fetid continues hunting. Like at 180 from where she was seconds ago.
Yeah. So yeah.
We need to get you on some mood stabilizers, Twoogna.
So Tromlin, I think I want an insight check from you too now at this point.
I'll catch up. You head on without me. I'm in the middle of something.
So it's an
You want me
18
to-
for my persuasion.
You want me to do another insight
Or
check,
no-
you said?
Yeah, I want an
Seven-
insight check from Tromlin on what's going on with Twoogna.
17?
I'm assuming she's just a werebitch.
Under the light
It's
of the
moon
moon.
time. It's her moon
I
time.
get
Shut up.
bitchy. Right? Right?
That's a 17 on my persuasion.
Sounds like monthly lady problems. No, I'm just kidding. 14.
Some sort of orc ponfar.
Okay, so
Fetid overheard
you-
somebody say
you don't have
Mercury
a-
is in retrograde once and just assumes that that's what this is.
you don't
If
have
that's
as
not
much,
enough, I will spend a point
Yeah.
to reroll
If
it.
you want to spend one, you can get more information. Yep. Alina, can you mark that? And then
I
let's get a
am.
reroll.
Oh my goodness.
I agree.
Also, that's a very.
All right, I'm going to spend a point.
Alina,
That's-
can you
that was the
mark
wrong
off
person?
one from Tromlin and let's get a
There we
reroll.
go.
25.
Woo!
Excellent. Okay. That was an 18 on the die. Very nice. So, you don't have exactly the context that Morgan does because Morgan rolled a nat 20, but you also realize that there is some fairy magic affecting Twoogna. Ugna's like full on got multiple personalities happening here. This isn't just like acting weird. This is Twoogna has like been switching between versions of themselves.
Would it be a curse, do I think?
Quite possibly.
You might even
So,
remember,
I'm-
like, over the past bit?
I need to cast Remove Curse again, don't I?
could.
Maybe.
You have 1 slot with which to do it.
Yeah.
You haven't used it yet. Or 2
So-
slots, sorry.
just to position things. You slow down, and then Morgan's like, just take a knee for a second, and then she'll sit on your knee as if it were like a chair, as she like talks to you
No,
and like holding one of your hands.
So when you say take a knee, Ugna will actually, like, reach up to, like, because you're, I'm sure, sitting on her shoulders, to, like, sling you down like a princess,
God.
Aww.
cradle you in her arms, and then sit you on her knee and, like, just look at you.
And then she'll hold one of your hands in her 2 hands because they're so big,
Yep.
and she'll be like, "Oh, thank you." And I rolled a 17 on my persuasion, and I think that's a advantage roll for you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind that players don't have to abide by
No.
social roles. This is just for your own purposes for queuing.
This is just for, just for
Yeah.
acting
you,
cues.
you can still choose how you respond, but it's
Yeah.
just you can take some
So,
inspiration from these
what did-
roles.
Do you want to, and I, like,
I
look
just
deep
wanna
into your
quickly-
eyes, and I'm like, what did you want to talk to me about?
So, I just feel like I have some serious feelings about you, and I don't like to invest in a relationship if it can't go where I eventually want to be. Like down the line, I feel like it's just a waste of time if upfront there aren't those things that the other might, be open to or whatever.
There's like
Um,
a flush rises in Ugna's cheeks, but there is also something like sad in her eyes as you continue talking.
And there are things that you should be privy to knowing about me before anything like that were to happen either.
Well, what are those?
I have
Oh, you
Fey
can tell me.
royal lineage. I have Fey royal lineage, and that can be quite dangerous. But it can also be quite helpful.
So
But
you're like
it's important to know.
double princess.
A little bit, yeah.
You're like a barbarian princess and also a fairy princess.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Cool.
Wow, very
cool,
too
cool.
much.
I'm just imagining like Oreo double stuffed royalty.
Oh, she's double stuffed. You know she's double stuffed.
Well, she has.
Trash heroes.
This
This
after
is very
dark.
touching. I personally am interested in investing in a relationship with that invisible dwarf we were pursuing.
We'll catch up in a minute.
Yeah, we'll catch up in a minute,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like it's important to know like the kind of family you might be attaching yourself to. But also like
And this is the
I'm not-
point
Oh,
at
oh.
which Tromlin, who has snuck around behind Twoogna,
Can I do a thing first?
casts
Can I do a thing first?
depends on the thing.
It's a good thing. It's a make a DM happy thing.
You'll like it.
no,
I don't like it.
that.
Go ahead.
Twoogna's been listening in on this, and then like still kind of with one arm around you, but then we'll take your hands with her other hand and kind of turn it around and go. I'm double royalty, right? Like that's a super honor. I'm just nobody. Like I don't even know who my dad is. My mom's just an adventurer who never made it back. But like, you're too pretty for someone like me. I don't know that you can be with someone like me. And you know, more than that, you're like, you're just too good for me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tromlin's
I
gonna
don't know.
smack Twoogna in the back of the head right now.
Okay.
That's
And that'll be the spell cast.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Nope.
So Tromlin is going to cast 2 spells on you and did 2 of his upper level spell slots because he is going to cast Dispel Magic and Remove Curse. And suddenly, Twoogna becomes 3 Twoognas.
what the
Twoognas.
fuck?
As 2 additional Twoognas split off, Twoogna gets just the most
What?
dazed look on her face you've ever
What?
seen. Twoogna, the you that's having this conversation is now actually Twoogna.
Okay.
But the 2 who divide off, one of them is like anime level Twoogna, goo goo eyes, hee hee, and does the
Twoogna.
full-on skip. Twoogna, yes,
Oh my
that's a
God.
canon, is going to dance to the side on one side, and on the other side,
That's the
this
episode title.
just
Mhm.
intimidating as hell. I will murder everything.
Hoorah!
Blazing-eyed.
Imagine-
Twoogna.
Imagine
Hoorah.
if Twoogna.
Twoogna.
Imagine if Twoogna was Batman.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Frank Miller's Dark Twoogna.
Divide
appears.
and- yeah. Oh yeah, with like
Grim dark
Frank Miller's
Twoogna. No,
shadow
thank
on the
you.
face all the time, even
Yeah,
though the
yeah,
lighting
yeah.
doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
I'm the goddamn Twoogna.
My parents
And the
dead.
God Crusher.
Incredible.
And the 3 Twoognas are all going to have different reactions.
Yeah. Twoogna Prime is like, oh, that felt weird. Twoogna
Yeah.
goes, sorry to break your heart, baby, but you're just not good enough for me.
And with
I
that,
smacked
that
the Twoogna in the back of the head.
that Twoogna disappears in a puff of smoke, and your hand passes through the smoke, and it's like a cloud of pink smoke where your hand went through the head
Mhm.
as it like disappears. The snarling Twoogna goes like, "Fuck this! They're getting away," and like goes charging, like hard after Fetid and Ozymandias.
I mean, makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
absolute sense. Yeah.
What just happened? Why
Thank
was
me
there
later.
more of me?
Morgan's gonna parkour on one of Ugna's shoulders and lend a hand up to Tromlin and be like, "Well, let's fucking go."
All right.
I'm so confused
go!
right now, and I'll
She's
just grab
going
my
to
hammer
take-
and just run after the other Twoogna?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ugna, I think you think that Morgan proposed,
Sure, yeah.
but you're not sure.
I'm a little
how-
fuzzy
what
on
you
everything that
answered.
just happened for the past while.
Why?
We're gonna have a talk about why you got Fey cursed again. That's he's like Tromlin says that to Ugna, like that's twice now.
Isn't that 3 times?
3 times.
Oh God! Thanks for reminding me. Now I can be extra mad.
Now you're double grounded.
Jesus fucking Christ!
At least Ugna
I
didn't
vanished into
impregnate a tree.
Feywild. I vanished in the Feywild, and every time I come back, you're goddamn cursed.
I mean, I'm never eating cakes again, man. Unless you say they're safe first. What's this about a kid?
Oh, I don't think
Hmm?
he said anything.
Oh, no,
about
nobody
that.
said anything.
Tromlin
Yeah,
has
okay.
not said anything about
Yeah, I
This is
haven't
with the
seen into that yet. Yeah, I got sent to the Feywild after that spell, as we're like running along and riding on Ugna.
Oh, I think I heard you. We were, like, in the mists or something, and we could hear you talking, but we couldn't see you. Or what was going on.
Apparently, I have another child out there.
If
probably
Ugna
from one of
had
the
wet
dryads.
beverage, Ugna spit takes despite having had no sip of anything.
A literal
Yep.
spit take.
This child looks like a living marionette with a crow mask on.
Seems normal.
And Tromlin, you hear a whisper in your ear say, "Father, I am hiding. Don't tell them I am here."
Tell them
But
my
he's
name
not
is
here at
Martin
all.
Poole.
He's a good boy, though.
Thank you.
That's,
Father.
maybe I'm not the only one who needs a chat about the Fae, but congrats, I guess?
Look, I put my dick where it goes. At least I take responsibility for my children, unlike my dad.
Oof.
I'm glad you have a newly known of son. That's cool.
Listen, I promise to take really good of the other me's, if we can catch them. They're really fast.
Morgan is in
try and
like
speed up
full like, okay, that happened. Like
Tromlin
she was fully just trying to eke out of you, like confuse you enough to eke out any like agreements that you have and what they were. Not sure if you were able to even speak of it properly, but was just trying to be like, hey, I need to know if you have contracts before we can do anything. You need to disclose that to me.
Fully smacked the Fae out of me.
Yeah. But now that's done, so that was just a really weird fucking scene.
Tromlin will lean towards Morgan and whisper, "Hey, so it looks like you're gonna have a threesome with 2 Ugnas later. Congrats."
Good luck.
Speaking of whom,
you might die.
I go, is that...
Hollis.
Would that be... I don't... Oh, I'm so confused.
It would be masturbation for you.
Charging Ugna scoops up Hollis and goes, "Let's do this, dwarf." And is catching up to Fetid and Ozymandias. And much like when you did the hold person spell on Morgan before when she was possessed, Ugna is brandishing you. But it's
no,
2 Ugnas now.
Ugnas.
And I'd like a survival roll from Jeff with advantage.
Excellent.
From Ozymandias and his sniffer.
Are two Oognas and Oognai?
Yes. Let's see. What's my survival?
I think it's an
What's the
Oognuple.
roll? Yeah,
No,
what's-
no, no.
Knuckle.
So
That's
two
only if three of
Oognas
us are
is
in bed together.
You said it was a
Um,
survival check?
A murder of Oognas?
Lane, you said survival check?
Yeah,
An orgy of
survival
Oognas.
That is
check
an
with
18
advantage.
then. 1-8.
orgy of Oognas is what we're gonna have later.
Hang on, hang on, everybody. My headphones are out of sync.
An Oognorgy.
Menage a Oog?
Oh god.
There we go. Does this annoying thing every once in a while where the two speakers in the headset get out of sync with
Oh,
each
yeah.
other,
Oh,
I'm
And then it
hearing
just messes
everybody,
with you.
twice. So anyway, reset. It's all good.
Mhm.
I guess
Yeah,
I know what to
that
draw
was-
for the adult channel on the Discord later.
Oh no!
A Twoogna.
Just so you know, the three Oognas were like the soft powder puffy Oogna, the all business bone crusher gonna get you Oogna, and then regular flavor Oogna.
I have been playing.
just-
I've played
Oogna
Oogna
classic.
twice since the new year.
I'm just imagining that meme of the young woman on the couch, but like Morgan and three Oognas behind her.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
Still wearing tidy whities though.
So Ollie is absolutely bearing down on this invisible dwarf.
Cool.
And that invisible dwarf is running out of options. So I think he's gonna have to
I'm picturing
do
Morgan
something.
as the guy looking backwards and going ooh at someone other than his girlfriend, but
Yeah.
it's Oogna,
It's
and then
still
it's
me.
a different Oogna.
The Oognas were, by the way, the Bone Crusher, Oogna, and Sugar Tusks. Or just Sugar for short.
Mhm.
Sugar.
Sugar.
Trying to decide. So of course this is a warlock, so he only has one spell slot left. So he's got to make
What
it
can
count.
he do?
What can he do? Because he's got the fireball option, but he knows that did nothing to the hellhound.
Mhm.
It being a hellhound and all.
Yep. He needs an area effect spell. Yeah, he is going to drop the demonic tentacles behind him and break his invisibility. So he turns and clutches in the air, and a tear in the fabric of reality opens with strange milky white tentacles floating
Ooh,
and
gross.
otherworldly noises. And it's just as you're plowing through it, like running full tilt on Ozymandias following this
Not
scent.
the only plowing that's going to be happening tonight, eh?
Oh no.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Crash Heroes, the game that
That-
makes you mutter, sweet baby Jesus.
That's like the one human sex joke that Fetid has picked up over the years, and he still doesn't really know what it means.
I was just
Something to do
thinking
with
of like
farming.
I was just thinking that like Fetid would totally like walk in someone's room and be like just standing there watching like a dog, and then he'd be like,
Oh yeah,
just go,
for sure.
go.
Like,
go.
oh,
Eating
it's
a
weird.
handful of
You
garbage.
just like pick up a bone and like throw it and then lock the door.
Uh-huh.
So basically what happens is as you get to a certain point, Fetid, you realize the scent is close enough to throw a fairy fire out there, and you see the outline of the dwarf. And
Okay.
as it appears, the dwarf is like, I'm fucked. So he turns and casts the Hunger of Hadar, and space and time opens up, and that area now becomes difficult terrain to pass, and
Okay.
no light can penetrate beyond it, so he is no longer visible even with fairy fire because you can't see past
Right.
the spell. You can
I
move
hate
through
that
it,
spell.
which is difficult terrain. In doing so, you and Olymandias are going to take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay. I
Which
learned to
is
hate that
total-
spell thanks to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep, that one's
Yeah.
awful and locks
It's a
everyone down.
horrible spell.
I, as the Bone Crusher, would like to skid to a halt, go, Hollis, and then just huck him at where the Warlock was.
Yep. Yep.
There's
Okay.
a word in Dwarven for like the fastball special, and I will just say that word, and then just huck you.
Dwarf toss.
An athletics check to see
Yep.
how far you can throw this very, very heavy armored dwarf.
How about 31? And that
You
20.
nat 20?
Nat 20.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
That's a
I'm not
so
making
you
you roll
headshot
anything
this
else. I was going to
dwarf
have a
with
hit roll.
Hollis?
Hell of that. Okay, so here's what happened. 3 things happen. 1, Olymandias and Fetid, you charge through the cold of the Hunger of Hadar, and you take 8 damage, cold damage. You and Olymandias each take that damage. Olymandias is going to take double because he is susceptible
Yeah, of course.
to the cold, but
Oh, boy.
he is undamaged at this point, so he's still
Mhm.
fine. The tentacles, the milky tentacles, are grabbing at you as you go, which slows you down. But Olymandias is running full out, and he breathes fire around you as you go to keep the tentacles at bay, and you plow out through the other side. As you do so, Hollis, flying like a bullet through the air, also takes 8 cold damage as you pass through the Hunger of Hadar.
Sorry.
But you punch
sorry.
right through and are going to hit like a projectile this dwarven warlock.
By the way, I just in case, I rolled a dex save. 16 nat. So
Excellent.
Nice.
I would also like you to roll.
Such a
I'm going to
clutch
allow.
nat
I'm
20.
going to let it make an attack roll with advantage.
could I take the 18 or the 19?
Take the 19.
All right. So 28 to hit with the mace.
So with your
Nice.
dex save, you are able to maintain the aerodynamics of your flight to make this turn into an assisted mace strike.
There's an
so-
old
Are you
forbidden
going to put
technique among the
Twoogna's strength
dwarves.
bonus
Yes.
behind my
Yes.
damage roll?
Oh, you
Yes.
love
That is
to
a
I
see
would
plus
it.
like you to
5.
roll
Plus
your mace
5.
attack.
Okay.
Sorry, roll your damage. You already rolled the attack. Roll your mace damage.
It's a 9. Very simple.
And I would like you to add the extra 7 damage that you get on a crit with your mace of smiting.
Ooh.
That brings it to 16.
And your strength bonus is a +4, so you're only adding 1 more for Ugna's, but go ahead and add that.
All right. So
Another +1.
17.
And because of Ugna's nat 20, I'm going to consider this a crit, so double it.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
24. No, 34.
Right. Remind everyone this warlock already took 40 damage
Oh
previously.
my
Mhm.
god. And
Um,
Warlock's, famous for
from
having
you.
lots of hit
Yeah.
points.
He is a
He-
fine red
he-
mist.
His head bursts like a melon.
Yay! This is the best
and-
Gallagher concert ever.
Yes, I was just going to make a Gallagher joke. Randy, we're old.
Yes.
And I was going to say, because Fetid and Olymandias do not have the plastic sheeting for the splash zone rose, you are going to come out of this like the watermelon spray. And the third thing that happens is unable to fully bring yourself up short as you make this bowling attack with a dwarf, Bone Crusher Ugna. You stumble forward into the spell, and the various white tentacle arms of Hadar pull Twoogna through as the spell ends, and you disappear into this whatever kind of otherworldly portal.
Into the darkness.
And
Now, am I in the portal with the dead dwarf?
no, you punched through. So you punched
Yeah.
through with the attack, as did Ozymandias and Fetid, to the other side of the 20-foot area, and attacked this dwarf, who is now very dead.
Can I have a
the
moment
Twoogna
as Bone
vanishes.
Crusher where Twoogna is silhouetted by the darkness behind her that's busy drawing Bone Crusher in, and just a moment to look over at Twoogna and lock eyes and be like, "I'll carry on the fight," and then just like is swallowed.
Yep. So the two Fey Oognas have disappeared, and that just leaves the regular one. As you run up, doing
Like,
your
skid to a
Kronk
halt.
thing with half the
Yeah.
party on you, because you still have unconscious Copernicus and Tromlin and Morgan all riding on your
I
shoulders.
have Grandpa on a chest and then a satyr on each shoulder.
Yep. Satyr on each shoulder.
What a way to live. What a wonderful way to live.
100% the Kronk shots from
Yep. A
Emperor's
warlock and
New
a baby
Groove.
Bjorn.
You just
Wait,
don't have the
oh
big-
my god! Perny and I are very much Yzma combined.
Did you not?
Yep.
Oh, did I
If
not
you were to
show you the
toss
drawing
us
I did
together-
of Kronk Twoogna carrying the party? Let me
Someone
see if I
done
can
it.
Seen
find
that one
that.
yet?
Someone
Was that a
has-
Lar drawing? I don't remember that.
That was a me drawing, but I think it was somebody's sketch
Nice.
card. Let me see if I can find it.
Nice. Okay. So you are all back together, party.
Some of us are
the
less
dwarf-
together than they were before.
Mhm.
Dwarf bits are everywhere. Yeah, Twoogna has been separated. And with
See.
Fetid tracking, you can continue to follow the goblins now and try to overtake them. But they
Hang
have
on.
gotten a lot further towards the fortress.
Our cameras are screwed up, but I have the Kronk Twoogna.
Kronkugna.
Krugna.
Excellence.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yay.
All right.
I love
Back to game.
the Red Chris MS comment. Leave it to Twoogna to reveal she was screwing up even more than everyone thought.
Oh God, yes, absolutely.
I am so
Now,
going to use Twoogna.
This
Ooh, no.
tripartite personality thing, which I observed, is that a common occurrence for you?
No, that's
Ugna?
new. That's
I haven't
new.
done that before. I would
Oh,
definitely
so this
remember
is
if I was
this is in fact
triplets,
a new
right?
thing.
Yeah.
You didn't perchance eat any fey food, did you?
Just a little bit.
As a matter of fact,
Just a bit.
Is
was a
that
while ago.
the just a little bit of I would prefer not to let you know how foolish I was with my appetites? Or is that the little bit of genuinely only a little bit?
Well, I mean,
Make
you
a
know, when you're
saving
my
throw.
size,
I need-
all cakes are kind of small, so I had to, eat several of them.
Make a
Who's-
charisma saving throw, Howard.
14 plus whatever.
You have a huge bonus. You're okay, but you do hear this just like overwhelming creaking world weary sigh escape Tromlin's lips as you say that talk about Twoogna's foolish appetite for Fey food. It doesn't quite send you into despair, but you definitely notice.
There was a time, Ugna, when one of my cousins, I think, it was a cousin, I think it was, went on a bit of a Fey binge, and I am here to tell you that the amount of magic required to render our toilet facilities safe for other people to use nearly broke the family budget.
Yeah, yeah.
Morgan's gonna continue
Seen some
her
weird
attempt
things.
to force an answer out of Ugna's memory banks about what Fae she's talked to and what agreement she has. I'm gonna try to roll another persuasion.
Let's role play this out. Just role play it out.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
I've done what I needed to do, which is plant the
14
seed of
for me,
don't
but-
eat the cake.
I got news for you. We've already had that talk. It doesn't mean shit.
No,
Twoogna?
no, I mean, I've learned. I'm not eating any cakes unless you say they're okay.
Twoogna, what's a lot more
Yeah.
important is we just need to know who you've made any kind of agreement with. Have you spoken
Yeah,
to
so Morgan can propose to you.
Yeah, was that? Were we in
That
the
wasn't
middle
a
of
proposal. We were in the middle of a talk. It wasn't a proposal.
I mean, a lot of things are really fuzzy, but I do remember you being a double princess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sound like a proposal to me.
Mm,
Have you gotten Ugna a ring yet?
If I were to propose to anyone, I would have to know what I'd be getting into, including any contracts that person has with another entity.
Okay. How would I know if I was talking to a Fae? Because a lot of Fae don't look like Fae, and a lot of their Fae food just looks like regular food. Like, as far as I know, the only person I'm in a contract with was the mob, but we kind of paid off all my debts, and I think I'm free now.
You're free.
You can-
You're free.
You can feel the lock-in of a lot of contracts, like it is a magical agreement that you are bound to. So you would recognize that feeling.
I haven't felt anything like that. And I definitely haven't talked to any Fae that I can remember.
Alina, roll me a history or a history check.
I'm great at
I know
these.
I know you're terrible at it.
That's a 10, so it's actually a 9.
Don't worry about it.
Am I allowed to provide a bonus as my social pressure? No? Okay.
Oh, no, wait a second. Do I still have wisdom?
Wisdom
advantage?
roll?
Advantage?
That's not going to affect a history check. It's intelligent.
That's
Oh.
true. So I'm not rolling advantage on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember feeling anything snap into place or anything.
Is this in transit, by the way? You're all still
in the
assume.
baby
I
feeling.
think,
in pursuit.
yeah. I think we probably, this point, we're reaching the point where the hunger of Hadar left.
Yep.
We'll skid to a halt.
The question is, the goblins are still taking Sal to the
Yeah.
fortress. Are you
Yeah.
still trying to
We have to
overtake them, or are you
pursue. Yeah. We definitely have to pursue.
Yeah, not to sidetrack the maybe proposal or whatever happened to the other me's, but like Sal's still out there. We should probably get going. And
Yeah. Morgan's given the hee-ah from the shoulders.
all right.
Okay, so now that the thunder of thunderstepping has alerted the entire cavern to some kind of conflict out here, you can see the dwarven patrols have stepped up, and in fact, the demonic vroks that were circling the stalactite with the fortress in it have begun widening their flight patterns as they begin searching the cavern for whatever caused all that disturbance. So I'm going to need some serious stealthing.
okay.
Can I assume that Fedid's going to throw a
Yeah, I'm gonna do my usual.
pass without trace over this party?
Mm-hmm.
Pass without trace gives advantage.
And
No, it gives
Plus
a
10.
10
to your
to
self
roll.
rating.
If you want an
So-
advantage, Howard, you still have some inspirations that you haven't used, and now's a good time. If you
I got a
want.
33.
Nice. I got a
34.
29.
26.
26 is a low roll. It's pretty good.
I had to spend an inspiration to get it, but
No worries.
It'll do.
29.
Andy, I see another 29. Nice. And
Nice.
Fedid, what was Fedid's?
34.
34 is the high roll.
Yep.
26 is the low roll. That's a pretty damn good sweet spread. Now, those who are looking for you are going to have advantage based on their search patterns and assisting each other. But they still need like nat 20s or at least 19s to stand a chance. So I'm going to throw some rolls in here. And part of the reason that they have advantage is that you guys, despite your pass without trace, are still going to have to try and move rapidly to overtake those goblins. As I mentioned last time, they're going relatively slowly because they are hauling their prisoners and their stolen books.
And we're trying to-
there are not a lot of them left.
We're trying to intercept them before they hit the citadel, right?
Or before they get close enough to the citadel that you have no chance to intercept.
Yeah. So let us hoof it.
Really dumb question.
Yep.
Mine and Tromlin's fathers. Who's got a higher social standing? Are they like on
You
the
don't mean
same
Tromlin's
level?
father, right? So Tromlin's father is a human lord.
Oh no, it's not their
He's
father.
not
It's their
fake.
contractor.
It's the person who the contract, and you don't know a lot about that person.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
what's
a
his
little
name?
bit because he was mentioned, but now you know more
Yeah.
after your encounter in the Feywild.
Prince Helican,
You know a little
Lord
bit
of
more about
Gloaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Prince
Yes, but also
seems
shut up.
pretty big.
All right.
That was not
This
in
one-
character. so
No.
that's fine.
Yeah. I was just
Um,
kidding.
Twoogna definitely does not remember that name, even slightly.
I'm trying to decide what to tell you here because I thought this had been figured out last time. So
that he is a gift to this prince. Not that's why I was mistaken. Is that he's not his father?
No,
He was
there's
the
something
gift.
more.
His
I
birth
think
was the
there's
gift,
something
right?
that Peter has figured out that not everyone has, so I'm not going to give it away. Because based on last game, there was something that Peter said that made it clear to me that he had figured out a thing. And I don't think he made it clear to others based on what I'm hearing. So, you don't know enough about the two. You know they are both going to be Fey Lords, but you don't know a lot about them. So you'd have to do some investigation or some research to figure that out. They would be in the same ballpark based on the titles that you know. So you manage to get to the point where you're overtaking these goblins, but you realize, Jeff, Fetid will realize as you're like making your way, hurrying as quickly as you can without giving away your position while using your pass without trace, that you're not going to get close enough to overtake them before they reach the citadel.
Okay.
But you also realize, or as you tell the party this, they also realize that you will get within some spell range of the goblins.
Okay.
And in particular, I want to suggest
Dimension door, double dimension door.
Dimension door is an option. Vortex warp is an option. You can get within actually 90 feet for vortex warp might be a little much. You can definitely get within the dimension door.
Yeah, I think I have to spend all my spell slots for that. I'm up to 9.
You're out of third level spell slots.
Yeah, that's why my sorcery points.
Yeah, so you would need, let's see, you have spent all of your third levels as well. So you need to use a second level slot for each of them. Second level slot, it gives you 3 points, and you need 6 for a 4. So you would need
could I
6.
Could I get up to a vortex warp and then make a noise from where I'm coming from? No. Okay.
You're not going to be able to get that close without being spotted by the fortress. However, you can,
because I have Misty Step.
Yeah, but you'll need the 500 feet of dimension door to pull this off.
Yeah.
So you currently have, you went down to 3 and then you got your 5 back. So you're at
Yeah.
8 sorcery points. I think you spent 1 more for something. I don't remember what it was. It was like a reroll or something. It was for
Yeah,
a guidance, magical guidance.
magical guidance. Yeah.
So you're down to 7. You
Yeah.
need to spend 6 of them and 2 of your remaining level 2 spell slots to do this, but you can do it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That'll leave you 1 second level spell slot and 1 sorcery point, and no other spell slots or sorcery point sources. So it'll be rough, but you could do it. So you can get to a point where you can dimension door. Remember, you can take 1 person with you. But
I'm
you
not
need
going
to
to
be
take
able-
anyone in because
you
I have to be able to
won't
get out.
take them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Just warp over,
Um,
grab Sal, and warp back.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Nice. Nice.
but what
do
about
would I be able
what about
to?
the stolen books?
Ooh.
Twoogna is in fighting shape.
No, I don't have a ton of hit points, but
I can add a few if you need.
it's true.
Yeah, quite a few.
Could you would
I don't know who else could get out that
familiar
fast.
count as a person? Like, could Tromlin's familiar grab the books?
And be left behind.
Yeah.
That would help.
Well, he could fly
Um,
back, right?
Well, it's a monkey, but it
You
could
can't
run.
fly.
Oh,
It's a monkey.
yeah.
But you can't get the books back. The you can always like resummon the familiar, but that doesn't get you the books.
Yeah.
However, I just remembered, I was like, I thought you did the dimension door before where you took more than 1 person. I let you use twin spell. But do you have enough points to do that? I don't think you do. No, because you need another 4 and you only have the 1 second level spell slot left, which is 3. You'd be short 1 sorcery point.
I'll hero point it. To save somebody before they go
Ooh.
into a place we cannot save them, or are very, very
I
unlikely to save them.
Actually,
I will take it.
Yeah.
I will take it because this is actually a big thing.
Yeah.
And actually,
do you want to
this is a
spend
great use
mine
of a hero
instead?
point.
Because this is like Ugna's dad. I will spend mine on your behalf. You get to do the cool big moment, though.
You know what? I'm gonna. So, is that work for you? Like Morgan? Go that
yeah,
way, or would you rather?
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine either way. Something completely unrelated is going to happen as part.
Well,
of it.
I was just saying, if you're already in for, if you're that invested,
Yep.
why don't we go together to
That's what I
be
was
able
gonna
to grab the
suggest.
books?
Is you're
That way we
spending
can
a
grab the
hero
books
point,
too.
which
Yeah.
allows Ugna to go with you,
Yeah.
and then you can grab Sal and get out, but also bring Ugna back out, and Ugna can grab the books.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let me know who's
So
to
here's
mark
what
off.
happened.
I'm fine with either.
Let's go. Let's both do it then. Let's both spend ours for it.
I would take that too because of the thing that's going to happen is bigger than
Ooh.
this would be otherwise.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. So you're both spending a hero point.
2 hero points.
2 hero points. So as you're getting ready, so as you're getting closer and you're still running as fast as you can while being hidden and surreptitious in these like gullies and rocks, Morgan, you are telling them about, like, if we get close enough, I can pull off a dimension door, get over there and grab stuff as long as I take Ugna with me. And I think I can try and pull us out again. And Ugna, you're like,
We've got to
It's
get Sal
Sal.
before
Do
they
it.
get in that citadel. I don't care about the books
so
anymore.
it's-
I just want to get him back.
as soon as Fetid gets you to a point where he goes, okay, I can get you to a line of sight within a couple 100 yards.
Mhm.
And Morgan, you cast your dimension door. As you're doing so, Fetid notices that there is another group of Durogar, of hidden Durogar, that
Right.
are about to meet up with the patrol, with the goblins. that pop out of the rocks just as you're casting your spell. And
Oh,
you
boy.
shout a warning to the party, Fetid, because this is like, oh, careful, there's more danger there than we thought. There's some other kind of demon with them, something black and slimy.
Great.
And when you shout out this warning, Hollis, you notice that those other Duragar who have popped out of the shadows have a pair of dwarf prisoners with them in chains. And you recognize the livery of those dwarves. They're quite a ways away. They're like 500 feet away in the dark, but of course you're a dwarf, you can see pretty well in the Underdark. But you recognize the livery of your own house, that these dwarves are of Embergrim's retinue. And just as that happens, Morgan, you're casting the spell, and you and Twoogna appear out of nowhere amongst the goblins, and have only moments because you're like, everyone's surprised, and there's a round before you grab a hold of Sal, and keeping a hold of Twoogna are going to teleport. So it's up to Twoogna to grab what you're going to grab.
If he is chained to somebody, I will strike his chains with my hammer.
He's not. He's on.
Okay.
He's chained to a set of poles that the goblins have been carrying, so that they can enough goblins can carry him and still move at a decent speed. So you can just grab him. Like, he's not.
Yeah.
Like and you don't have to, as long as he's being touched by Morgan, he can be taken through the dimension door.
So I imagine Morgan told me this plan before we go through. I'm going to try and grab those books then.
You are that was what I assumed was the plan. So there is a set of goblins who are also between them carrying this enormous chest with dwarven markings on it that they obviously got from the library. And you go to grab it, but you see, as you've teleported, the goblins are meeting with a group of Duragar who have these other two dwarven prisoners in chains. And you spent your hero point to go, you know what? I'm not going to just get teleported out of here immediately. I'm going to tuck and roll with this chest, grab the chains between these two dwarves, and yank them back, so that Morgan, when she puts her hand on you, teleports all of you back to the party. You, the chest you grab, Sal, and these other two dwarves. And this is why I'm accepting the 2 hero points to pull this off.
As we combine the power of our hearts to fuel a spell beyond any you've cast before.
And you step back through the dimension door, you reappear amongst the party. Hollis, you recognize these 2 dwarves, the grandchildren of King Lofar Embergrim.
Oh no.
Boy.
Both of whom are, as is common in the Embergrim line, both of whom are soldiery. Got to do your time. Both of them look very injured and tired, and have clearly been taken in battle. And you had not heard about anything about this, so this battle clearly took place since you've been gone from above. Some Durogar have raided and have taken them as prisoners.
I imagine they're in the line of succession, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, we
Howard.
can't hear you.
You're muted, Howard. You're muted, and I don't know if you can hear us.
Howard.
Push that button for a reason and then forgot I pushed it.
Gotcha.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. This is something Hollis would know. It's something Howard doesn't know. how would Hollis address princely soldiers?
They would simply be so they would be like they have lord rank. They wouldn't be princes and it's one male, one female. But because they're grandchildren and they're not the like at the crown level. So so as being soldiery, they would have their like in fact you outrank them.
Okay, and see that's
but they
what
use that lordly term of address, so they would still be addressed by their first name, as opposed to so it's just like when Prince William was in the military, he was addressed as William or Your Highness, because he still had his rank, but he was, lieutenant or whatever his rank was at the time, and if he was talking to a colonel, he would be treated.
Hello, my young proto lieges. I had no idea that you had been taken. We're here to rescue you, and we will receive your reports as soon as it's convenient, because we desperately need to know what under and above Earth is going on here. And now I'm ready to turn tail and run, because we've got everything we came for, right?
Yep. And there's like a patrol that is just met with those goblins within practically earshot of the fortress. Yeah, you definitely don't want to hang around. So with this,
can I use my part of my hero point to, before we teleported out, throw my hammer down as we're jumping through the portal? Use a thunder charge and then now have it come back.
Yeah,
to buy
or
us
just
a little
hit the ground
time.
with the thunder
Yeah.
charge. Then the circle of because you can direct that, right? It's a thunder wave. So yeah, you did like kaboom, and people went flying, and then you vanished as you all jumped through the
buy us some time.
The dimension door. You Thanos'd out of there.
Yep.
And as you arrive back with the party, you can quickly take the chained dwarves and get them. So you like throw the chained dwarves around your shoulders like you're carrying them like cargo. Morgan and Tromlin, not being able to ride on your shoulders with this going on, can jump on the back of Ozymandias with Fetid, who can easily Ozymandias can easily carry all three. And you pick up Hollis and book it with like Hollis under one arm and your chest that you've captured on the other arm, and dwarves over your shoulders.
Some dwarf heirs.
Dwarf princes over your shoulders.
Yep.
You just start booting it back again with it's still within the hour, so there's still a pass without trace going on as you try to make your way away from here.
Survival check plus whatever stone bonuses you want to give me for pointing which way might be good to run.
That was a 29 for athletics to go fast.
Make me that survival roll, Howard. And Jeff, I'll take a survival roll for your dungeon delver avoiding traps.
I rolled it. It was an 18.
Nice.
I don't know any of you are aware of this like very sleepy boy on my head.
It's a solid 10 plus whatever my survival, so 11. I'm doing
your survival's a plus 10.
Oh, it's a plus 10. That's a dirty 20 then.
Nice. So you are
all of our 20s are dirty.
It's that kind of stream. And with that, I think we're gonna leave it hanging here for the game.
Literally, so several Howard, are hanging off of Twoogna.
Yeah.
Thankfully, only one Twoogna now.
At least, as far as you guys know, there's only one Twoogna for now, and who knows what happened to the other two. There's just some fair Twoognas out there. It's fine. I'm sure that won't burn anyone.
What can go wrong?
And the last thing that happens,
we're all out of curses now, right?
As you're turning to run, Fetid, you notice lying in the the gully that you've been following these goblins along through is a black wallet of leather, like a folded leather wallet that's been dropped by someone, lying in the rocks, and you can snatch it up as you're running along with Ozymandias.
Yeah.
And I can reveal that the chat decided what's in that leather wallet.
Ooh.
Hey. I'm gonna cautiously open it and peek inside.
You see glowing
It's a gym
runes.
membership.
Uh-huh.
A gym membership for
Yes.
eternity.
Finally.
It's a fantasy gym membership.
Don't get swole.
No, there's some glowing runes, and you probably pretty quickly fold it back up because you don't want to fuck with none of that stuff. You're gonna wait till Grandpa wakes up from his weird poison sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna just say one last thing happens before we call it for the night, which is as you are fleeing from this area and the Vroks are sort of circling overhead and trying to find you, and now there's like a small army of Duergar pouring forth from the fortress chasing after you. There is a gigantic purple dragon that appears out of nowhere.
Oh no.
Great. Good.
And begins breathing purple fire. Or sorry, not purple. I'm wrong. I think it's blue.
Oh, well, that's totally fine then.
Someone in the chat might need to remind me what the second place vote was. Actually,
cool.
I think
Cool.
Kaitu put it for me in the no players allowed before. Second place was the stars. Yes. So it is a midnight blue dragon that is blowing like azure flame all over the place, and the Vroks all start wheeling in different directions in surprise as this thing appears out of nowhere. And you guys hear almost like conversationally volume, like amongst you, and like sounds like an elder woman's voice says, "Fly, you fools!"
Who's
as
X?
the dragon attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Us?
And I can reveal also that the chat previously selected Azuria the Blue as the wizard of the council
Oh.
that would lend you aid at an importune moment.
Do we get some free haste to run faster?
You mainly get some distraction.
Nice.
So this dragon's on our side.
Good.
An illusionary dragon is going to do some illusionary damage and distract the Duergar briefly and give you some running time. And that's where we're going to leave off. So thank you, chat,
Excellent.
for those votes. And thank you, everyone, for coming. And especially thank Howard.
Yes, thank you,
for
Howard.
guesting for us.
Hollis is
Hey,
always a
Howard.
delight.
I'll reveal in advance here that because Howard won't be joining us for the next game, Hollis is going to find it very important to take the dwarf scions back to Rockspire as quickly as possible, while the rest of you are going to realize you need to do something else.
It is possible that I will have identified a shortcut by which I can return them to their parents and grandparent.
What dice do I need to roll, Lena?
I didn't download the list. We'll deal with that after stream. I'm sorry, everyone.
Okay. All right. No, there
It's
was
been a
so
hectic
much
day.
crazy crap going on
Yep.
with the stream. So we will do the roll for art giveaway, and
I'll post
we'll
about it in Discord.
post about it in the Discord. Yes. Just a reminder to the audience: subscribers are always entered into the free art giveaway. Every game we draw some art that someone's going to get. So that is a reason to subscribe to the stream. And does anyone have any shout outs? Any stuff you want to shout out before next time? Any
That is my
projects?
eye, little
Peter
buddy.
would like to shout out his new nest made of Alina's hair.
I can't see.
I believe it was the anniversary day for a story engine deck, and
Yeah,
that's why
a
our
birthday.
Peter is so tired.
Let's
Happy
shout
story
out
birthday.
Peter. Go get Story Engine. It's amazing. I actually used it when I was writing the other day. I had a plot point that was getting real sticky, so I grabbed the Story Engine thing. Amazing way to generate ideas really, really fast. Go give them
great.
some love. It's been out 5 years?
5 years.
Second anniversary?
Wow.
And check
5 or
out,
second? Something like that.
There should be a recorded stream from earlier today that Peter has posted for Story Engine, as he did an anniversary stream. Excellent. And otherwise, check out everybody's websites, check out everybody's
Oh.
social medias.
I should say I have a book coming out. If you guys are Shadowrun fans, go check out Myth, Machines, and Magic. It is available for pre-order now. It'll be out in October, I believe. But they let me play around with the Nan, so if you want some cool Nan stories.
This is an
There,
official
folks.
Shadowrun story anthology.
I am
Cool.
so
That's
pleased to be
awesome.
part of the Shadowrun universe now.
So it's about time that someone involved with Shadowrun hired an indigenous person to write some stories about the indigenous
That
people.
would be nice.
No
wouldn't it?
fucking shit.
Right?
So
If only we knew
Yeah.
someone that was an incredible comic artist that was like just the coolest two-spirit person ever.
I wrote a chase scene at speed on wintry Saskatchewan roads. So if the thought of that terrifies you, please read that story.
and kudos to Catalyst Games for making that right. That's cool stuff.
That's
All right.
good.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for
Good night,
Thanks
joining
for
us.
y'all.
joining us.
We will see y'all next time, probably 2 weeks. We will be posting on the Discord.
Bye.
See ya.
Awesome.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye.